Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm just doing my first ever proper toy hunt. Now I needed to go down to Smyths Toys and pick up my copy of Warlord, and there is a B&M just next door, so I thought I may as well record that as well. I did actually try to do a toy hunt last week because I was going in the evening to check out some reduced AEW figures, but as it turns out, Smyths Toys busy as hell at 6:30 on an evening. Who would have known? But I managed to get some footage of me hunting for Warlord, and that is probably a more interesting hunt anyway. So let's get into the clips from B&M. So going toy hunting in a B&M is kind of like setting yourself up for disappointment. It's kind of like going back to watch a movie from your childhood that you just know is not going to be as good as it was when you were a child. Mary-Kate and Ashley New York Minute, I'm looking at you. But anyway, they sometimes have gems. It's kind of worth popping into a B&M if you're going to be there anyway. This is the exact same array that I saw here a week or so ago. You know, more of a mess. You know, B&M's always been an interesting one. Even when the elites were cheaper, they weren't massively reliable. It might seem to the untrained eye like they have loads of stuff here, but actually it's just not all that interesting. I'm sure kids and people who can suffer basics have more going on, but yeah. They had this Age of Styles, which was like a bit battered, so I did think about taking that up to the counter and asking for like a discount on it, but at the end of the day, when the elites are like $17.99, the best they're going to do on it is like a tenner, and I figured I've turned down Age of Styles for a tenner before, probably nicer ones as well. It's basically just, you know, Bray Wyatt and Karrion Kross, both of which are reduced in Smyths. There's just umpteenth copies of those. That's basically what they've got, just stuff that they can't shift but haven't reduced. Bunch of Liv Morgans in there as well. As you can see, some kids clearly came along and just slapped all the basics and all the belts and everything all over the place. Those 2-packs are an absolute mess. Kevin Owens trying to do one of his signature dives on me there. I actually really like this Sheamus, but it is a basic. I really like the head on it, but I'm not paying £9 just to swap the head on my Sheamus Elite. I don't really care that much. It really is just offcuts that they just haven't been able to shift. And the 2-packs are interesting, but, you know. And here's me finding like a Miss Liz hidden away behind the 2-packs. And then I thought I'd show you guys the plague of the UK figure selling world. When they did the Then Now Forever Liz, we ended up with like 4 copies of Liz in each like Entertainer and Home Bargains up and down the country. And as you can see here, the remake of Liz is no different. There's 6 total copies in this one shop. If you can't sell those Miss Liz's in Home Bargains for £7, they're not going to sell for $17.99 either. Now that Drew McIntyre with a motorcycle I didn't even know existed. More Cross and more Wyatt back there. And, you know, it's pretty cool they have the ring on the bottom. At least kids can get a ring. And that was more or less it for B&M. I did think about upgrading the Exotic Express. In the end, I decided to leave it. And now here we are in Smyths. Much bigger range, obviously. It's more like tailored towards actually getting in stock that's like current and modern and everything. Just having a quick sort of overview before I dive right in. Obviously I came on this toy hunt to get myself a Warlord, so we spied them pretty quickly. They also had like Otis, they had like Elite 87, they have Mustafas and Karmas left, which I didn't realise, which was pretty interesting. They got these, the Triple H, they got 2 of the Triple H Chase. I actually really like this figure, but it's just not an era of Triple H that's for me. And to be honest, I was thinking about writing him completely out of my Fed anyway. I've not really got anything planned for him. I was looking at the Bret Hart, but for full price, I don't think I'm ever going to buy something with a head scan like that. I don't rate that Bret Hart head scan. This is the same thing with the Hogan. I really don't rate the head scan on the Hogan either. Oh, wow. And then here you'll notice I spot that this belt has just burst off the Hogan figure. And actually, it doesn't show up too well, but his bandana's actually fallen down his face as well. And I thought that was novel. I'd never seen anything like that before. I'd never seen like the plates of the belt come off. And then as you'll see here, it's actually the same on another Hogan. So it's clearly like a fairly common issue. I did actually take these to the counter to ask about it because I know that some places need to have this kind of thing, like even just sent back to the manufacturer or anything like that. But, you know, again, I was hoping for a discount. They weren't really able to sort anything because the figure itself isn't broken. I took a quick look at that Bailey, but I don't really rate the head scan. If I'm completely honest, the Bailey before that I've ordered, and I don't really rate the head scan on that either. You can see one copy of Keith Lee hiding away there down the right side. There's Umaga down the front there, which I paid 17 for, and I wasn't convinced about when I was trying to get like a basket value up. $12.99 is much more what I would have wanted to pay for Umaga. I hadn't realised Rhea Ripley was so cheap, so I had a quick look at her, but in the end, I need to stop buying figures I only sort of care about. As you can see here, I've started the process of inspecting all the Warlords to make sure that I get a good one. I'm quite sick of having to like return and exchange figures for having like slight differences. I tend to do this a lot in Smyths now and just sit there and inspect every single copy of the figure. You know, it's easier than having to come back, you know, and there was literally like one copy of Warlord, I think I've already picked him up, that didn't have any marks on him at all. I think it's that one in my right hand. It does have a sort of black mark on the chin, but that was the best I could get. It was like Mustafa. I know I have the right Mustafa now because I know all the other options had like some kind of marks on his face. It's pretty terrible, to be honest. I mean, granted, I don't really look closely at the other figures like these Bray Wyatts and all this stuff, but you know, I feel like it's just these like exclusives and stuff to get all these factory errors and little marks and stuff on the faces and it's just rife. It's terrible. You really wonder how they end up with this much stuff, this many problems. So they had the Chase Cruise, so I had a quick look at that, but ultimately he's not a guy I really care for. Still got some Alistair Blacks on the go there. I'm still not sure about picking up a Chase on that, just in case it like goes up in price at some point. Thought I'd have a look at the Keith Lee War Games set. It is a set I like the look of, but it's too expensive and I've got nowhere to put it. It'd probably be too small and aggravating to animate with as well. They had the Hangman Page ring and the Kenny Omega ring as well, so that was impressive. I didn't really look over the AEW figures too much because I had looked over them the other day when I, you know, tried to do a toy hunt, but it was too busy. You can sort of see then, like where the two aisles cross over. That's kind of where they had all of the like the staff had all the like replen stock. So it was pretty difficult to film something on that day. Alright, so that's about going to wrap it up for this toy hunt. I hope you've enjoyed it. I did pick up the Warlord, but as I say, I didn't pick up anything else really. But, you know, there's a few things there I'd love to pick up when they're reduced a little bit, like the Hulk Hogan or something. It's probably going to sell out, but, you know, you can always just see what happens, I suppose, at the end of the day. But, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.